All right, we can just get it insta cracking. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. I'm Dom. That's Gonz. We're gonna get right back into it here. Gonz, how you feeling? Another Sunday night, back at it again. Episode 10, by the way, in case anybody's keeping track. We're at episode 10, which is it's a milestone, but like to go 10 episodes, not every series can say that. I mean, I'm calling this a big accomplishment on that one.
I'm doing great. It's
Mhm.
nothing but up from here. We're already midway through June. The content will be it's going to start pumping out once we get to training camp. We've got some nice little plans, to cover the gap between now and training camp. Dom, we'll talk about that later, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're really excited. When football starts up, just wait. Just wait. I'm already hyped for it. I'm already hyped for it.
It's going to be an exciting season for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the show started off, man. We're going to start it off with something I know you're tired of talking about, but he is a topic of discussion, so we got to bring him up in these. D-Hop making his visits, this past week. Titans, Patriots. Titans. I feel like he left both feeling very good, but rumor has it Patriots is looking like the destination. Reports are saying both sides are feeling confident they can potentially get a deal done. I don't know if D-Hop is still in
Matt Judon's tweets too.
Yeah, I know. Twitter's going crazy. Everyone's saying D-Hop the Patriots confirmed. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Need him. They definitely need him. And he probably would be very productive in that system.
He would. I mean, he'd be one off rip. He'd be wide receiver one off rip. But
it's not like they're a terrible franchise. I mean,
they're a championship franchise.
They're the Patriots. They're
right.
Or Bill Belichick is still there. So they're not that terrible. For all those people saying, "Oh, the Patriots suck," they're just going to kind of get buried in a very tough AFC East.
Yeah.
But who knows? They could definitely have a chance to win 8 or 9 games, depending on their. We'll see. Especially with the addition of D-Hop, if they actually make it happen, that would be a great signing for them. Mac Jones would be instantly upgraded because he'd have a very dynamic weapon to throw the ball to. Don't even have to be super accurate with him. We already talked about this. He can make every grab in the book one-handed, behind the back. He can boss people, to make those tough contested catches for touchdowns and first downs or whatever else you need him to do. So, I mean, as for, a need, the Patriots definitely need him like 1,000%.
They do. I feel like the Patriots would upgrade with D-Hop for sure. But as far as this, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, what is this saying about D-Hop, though? Because obviously, you go to the Patriots, we don't even know if they're the best team in the division. Like you said, they're in a stacked AFC East. You got Josh Allen with Diggs, which is iffy right now because reports are saying Diggs is frustrated with the Bills, with how he fits in the offense. He doesn't really have a lot of say in the offense, and who knows, that could be a shaky relationship going into this year. As far as the Dolphins are concerned, I feel like the only concern the Dolphins really have is Tua's health, which will obviously be a factor this year, but I mean, if he stays healthy, who knows what they could really
I'm not
do.
a fan of the Dolphins. I don't know if they're going to be that great. We'll see.
We will see.
I'm kind of feel like that they got like a one-hit wonder last year. I know Tua played well. I know Tyreek Hill is legit, but their defense is not that good.
Yeah.
Offensively, they'll have to carry them, and I just don't think they will again. You can't be as dynamic as that Dolphins offense was for the first 12 weeks of the season. You really can't.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hit or miss right now. I mean, they did just add Jalen Ramsey, so they have a two-headed monster. They have a two-headed monster at DB with Xavier and Jalen. Tyreek and Waddle, of course, will be back, and then Tua hopefully will play a full season. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. Tua, wishing nothing but the best this season. Other than that, I mean. But again, another stacked team. And then the Jets. Don't even get me started on the Jets. Like, we all saw the moves they made. You acquire Aaron Rodgers. You got Randall Cobb, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Mecole Hardman. Like, obviously, the Jets want to win it all this year. Like, they want to win the AFC East. They want to go to the bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Like, this where do you even rank the Patriots right there? Because I feel as though, like, are they third in the division? Are they fourth in the division?
I think the Patriots could pull off a stunner on the Jets because we got to see them. The Jets put the money where their mouth is right now because, they got all these additions, but are they going to actually perform? We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see because Aaron Rodgers struggled last year a little bit, so we'll see how he fits in with the Jets offense and Robert Saleh as their head coach.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's looking more so like Patriots are most likely going to require D-Hop, meaning, the AFC East is going to be another slugfest for the AFC East this year. We'll see who come out on top, but it looks like it's going to be a fun one in that division this year.
Maybe he just wants to be productive wherever he goes. And, going to the Bills, you won't be as productive because there's just so many good pieces around him. Just using the Bills, for example. He could kind of get buried. Maybe he wants to, really carry the load for the wide receiver corps for whatever team he chooses. So, I don't know. Yeah, he never really explained that. I know he kind of just listed quarterbacks that he wanted to play with.
Yeah.
I don't know if he specifically said, I want to go win the bowl, like now. He kind of just was like, to have a chance to play with these guys would be amazing,
I mean, yeah.
Including Lamar Jackson.
I mean, with the list, these are guys who can win now. I mean,
yeah, but he wouldn't be as productive, though, if you think
probably.
about it.
I mean,
all those guys
have
really good, really good squads, especially offensively. I mean, of course, Baltimore's not quite proven yet, even though they have upgraded. They have to prove it. By the way, I agree with what Stephen A. said about, Ravens, they talk the talk, but now walk the walk, right? They got all these guys. Let's see it perform before we crown them as, automatic threats to the Chiefs. I loved that take on First Take the other day. But anyway, back to D-Hop. Yeah, so we'll just see. It's looking like they're gonna close it, and I would definitely say that the Patriots are a much better option than Tennessee, because they really are going nowhere. The Patriots at least have some pieces around them. They just have a really, really tough division. So
yeah, I don't know. If he would have went to Tennessee, I definitely would have questioned a lot about what he wants as far as winning, because Tennessee don't really got nothing. I mean, they got Derrick Henry, but other than that, it's like, So, but going to the Patriots, I feel as though, he can help them contend, especially in the AFC East. The AFC is just a stacked conference altogether, so it's going to be a slugfest either way. But,
right.
I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he leaves Foxborough with a deal, to be a New England Patriot. And Bill Belichick, he and Bill O'Brien, D-Hop getting that reunion. So, we'll see what happens. But it's definitely going to be interesting as time continues this summer. All right, so moving on. We got a little trouble in the castle. J.K. Dobbins reported a mandatory minicamp this week, did not practice with the team. Speculation saying that J.K. was having tribulations about practicing due to contract concerns. Then reports said he wasn't upset about his contract. It's a touchy situation right now. Obviously, this isn't just JK. This is running backs in general. A lot of running backs not seeing their value being met by their teams. Saquon, Dalvin. I mean, is a running back revolution coming into play right now?
Well, hold your horses on Dalvin. Dalvin Cook, I think, was just a cap casualty because, the Vikings saved double-digit figures by releasing him. And, he's kind of getting up there, too. Isn't he going to get a little old? So like I would definitely Saquon Barkley and J.K. Dobbins situations are very, almost identical. My take or my 2 cents on this whole situation, he's really good on the field, and we all know that, but he's not in a position right now to be demanding contracts because he's only played in 23 games and he's missed 27. So you have therefore been off the field more than half of the games that you've, been on the roster. That's not good. I think the Ravens just need to take this year, and it's going to be a big evaluation year. Can Dobbins be healthy and effective? If he is, then they wouldn't have any issue giving them a contract, in my opinion. It'd be a no-brainer. But I don't blame them for being cautious about this. I don't know if they're being cautious at all. I'm just giving a hypothetical. I don't blame them for being cautious at all with this situation because his lack of ability to stay healthy. It just hasn't happened. So I'm hoping that, his knee cleanup procedure that he got last year could tidy it all up, and this year he can go into the season fully healthy. So let's see. I just hope he gets that through his head, that he needs to understand that teams need to see him fully, playing full seasons and not getting hurt midway and missing significant time. You could say, oh, Lamar missed significant time. Well, the injuries have only became an issue for this past 2 years. He has been very durable his first 3 years, and he won a 2019 MVP. So I think he had a little bit of room to talk about some money right there. Dobbins, a rookie coming in 2020, had a great rookie season, played all the games that he was in, that he started, and then got hurt in year 2, preseason. And he's only played about 6 or so total games through the last 2 seasons. I don't know. I'm just giving an estimate, but it's not that many. So I think that they need to just evaluate him this year. If he can stay healthy and dominate, then there's no reason why they shouldn't re-sign him. And I really don't think there's any reason not to expect him to dominate if he's healthy, because he's a very good football player, very good running back, in my opinion. We talked about it a few weeks ago. He's got that element of both power and receiving backs and speed backs. Like, he can take those sweeps off the edge and cut them upfield for big gains, and he could run it up in between the tackles and fight for those, third and short. So yeah, that's all he's got to do is just prove that he can stay healthy, and there should be no issue of getting an extension.
Yeah, I mean, I think he answers that question about effectiveness. I mean, we've seen him run.
Yeah.
He runs the air out of the ball. Like, he did it on one leg. Like, so at that point, I mean, as far as effectiveness, I feel like he answers that question again. But again, like you said before, it's about health. If he can stay healthy throughout the season, I mean, I feel as though, and I brought this up in multiple conversations, but with all the new staff this year and with the revamping of, the strength and conditioning coach and things like that, I think things could be different for Dobbins this year. I think this year he's primed to do way better than he's been in the previous years. The thing about JK is, I think, like you said, it is an evaluation year. This is the year for him to go out there and show us, like, you're who you say you are, and you are saying you're worth this much, and you're proving that out here on the field. I think history, shows us that, he's willing to go out there and get it. I mean, he has that grit, that Raven grit that we hope that, all players who are coming into this team have. And I don't really think that's a talent you let go. Again, this is probably my sympathy speaking in from perspective, but I don't really think you let that talent go. JK is a one-of-a-kind back. Him and Gus together as a duo back set is kind of crazy because, Gus, don't get me started on Gus. He's just a problem within itself, the way he runs the ball. I mean, he's just tough, catches the ball out of the backfield, breaks tackles, makes people regret even trying to tackle him. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. But JK, I think Ravens, if you're hearing me here, I don't think there's a talent that you let go. I really think you sit down and consider Dobbins for like a long-term, kind of put him in a long-term situation because, this is a guy we drafted him. He's homegrown, and he's proven himself multiple occasions. Like, yes, the only factor that we have against him is health. I understand that for sure, but he's a dynamic talent. And you just don't let I wouldn't want to see him running anywhere else. I don't want to see him in another uniform. This is somebody I think with Lamar's running ability, give people trouble to guess who's going to get the ball. Like this is someone you keep. So
now what happened? You're saying all this now hypothetically, and this is strictly hypothetical. I'm not wishing any harm on anybody. I'm confident he'll stay healthy, but hypothetically, he gets hurt in week 2 and he misses 15 games. What do you go from there?
I mean, then at that point, because like I said, with the new staff, you really have to evaluate the situation because these aren't the same guys you're dealing with from last year. I forgot the guy's name who our previous strength and conditioning coach was, but this is, like I said, this is a new staff with like new plans to implement, like to keep these guys healthy and keep them on the field. So if he gets injured again and misses a more significant time than he has in the past couple of years, then you have to really sit back, evaluate, and be like, okay, so I mean, we changed up things. We tried implementing a new plan. He's still not staying healthy. So where, like, I don't. Then you kind of start to question the long term. Like, okay,
Right.
is this what we
But
want?
that's my concern. But it's not. I'm not. I'm not really genuinely concerned at this point right now. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be strong, and I think he'll be. He'll battle. He likes to go out there even when he's not 100%. So if he gets a little dinged up, that shouldn't affect him that much.
Yeah.
It's the season-ending injuries that really kill him. But I'm not worried. He played dinged up all last year, and he was very effective. Give him the ball on the 1 yard line next playoff game. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm hoping it's nothing we should worry about. Because he said he will be back for training camp, and he'll be prepared to practice and get a lot of reps. Now, one other kind of small concern, but I'm reaching on both of these. Todd Monken's offense. Are we going to be able to have an effective running game like we used to? Is Dobbins going to continue to average 5.9 yards per carry? We'll see, because that's his career average right now. I don't know if it's one of those. It's either last year he averaged 5.9 or career he averaged 5.9. I don't know. I need to have that in front of me. But either way, that's a big number for yards per carry. That's like 6.
No, it's great.
Very good.
Yeah,
that's
very great.
Can he maintain that high level of productivity in a non-Greg Roman offense? We'll see.
I mean, I think so. I mean, because you see that you can't fully go away from what made us great in the past. Like, obviously, what's made us good these past couple of years is the run game. Like, we've thrived off the run game. So it wasn't really about like replacing that dynamic. It was more so combining both so teams can fear both. So from that point, you make sure the pass is good. Like, we have to be able to get the ball down the field. But at the end of the day, don't forget what got us here.
Yeah.
Like, don't forget what got Lamar, what helped get Lamar that MVP, what helped us get to a 14-3 record. These are the things that helped us along the way. So I think Monken understands that, and from that perspective, he's like, okay, so they already have a dynamic run game. They built their offense off the run. Like, the pass was kind of just suppressed and not utilized all the way fully. So just create that concept of both. So teams can switch up their schemes and not have to just, okay, all we gotta do is worry about Lamar running out of the pocket. Let's make them fear his arm. Let's make them fear the deep passes. Let's just make them fear the weapons that we have. So I think JK can still dominate in Todd Monken's offense. Shoot, he'll probably average a lot better, especially if the pass is a lot better. That play action scheme, they can probably be.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we could be a whole lot better, depending on how Monken does it, of course, because obviously you have to implement the play action. But I think
he can. Got a quarterback calling plays too, so we'll see.
Exactly.
Lamar's going to and will he choose to run the ball or will he just pass? Because there were times last year where the Ravens just pass, and didn't run, and it wasn't effective. So if you choose to go that direction, you got to make sure it's effective.
I agree.
So we'll see how Lamar does with a lot more free offense, a lot more in control. So
he has the keys to the kingdom. So Todd Monken handling the keys to the offense. He can call audibles now, which I'm really shocked that he didn't have more control over that these past couple of years, which is mind blowing to me.
Roman just taking over.
Yeah,
so.
I never understood that to this day. Hearing that now is very whatever. But either way, now that he has that freedom, now he can change players to the line of scrimmage. He can see things, like when he sees something, he'd be like, okay, well, let's switch it up, call the audible. So I think now we can see what decisions he feels are the right decisions at the line of scrimmage, which is gonna make this year even more intriguing than before. Because knowing that he didn't have that freedom back then, and knowing it now, we can get a look at the deeper mindset of Lamar. Like, what is he thinking now? What in the defense that he sees? Like, so
Yeah.
this is going to be it's going to make things a lot more fascinating going forward.
That's
for sure.
probably my biggest takeaway from all of this minicamp is the control of the offense. The quarterback had complete control of the offense, and it's just some of the practice notes you could just see him slinging it up the field. A lot of people are getting involved. Nelson Aguilar had a really good camp, according to media. Had tons of catches, because Odell wasn't there for a lot of the offseason workouts. But it's good to know that these guys are making plays. Like it's really good to know that that people like Nelson Aguilar are doing good things, because that shows that we do have depth. And if he's got to come in and make a play, maybe he can be reliable. So I was excited about that, because Nelson Aguilar was kind of a forgotten free agent addition after all the other high drama stuff that we got into with the OBJ and Zay Flowers in the draft, potential D-Hop, all that stuff. So he's here to say, hey, don't forget about me. So that's pretty cool. And it's also cool to see that Charlie Kolar was getting involved too. Another forgotten tight end.
Another forgotten face.
Missed a lot of time due to injury. I think he had sports hernia surgery or something that kept him out for almost all of his rookie year. But he did make his appearance in that Bengals game at the end of the season. He had a lot of good catches. So it's good to know that he is, having a strong minicamp and getting involved, because it'd be great to have 3 great tight ends.
Yeah, no, it would be nice.
Like Kolar and Andrews.
Hearing the concept of Mark Andrews not being double teamed all game is like music to the ears.
Yeah. Oh, another takeaway that I liked was, this is not really a takeaway, but it was exciting to hear that Lamar is going to go work out in private with OBJ after this mandatory minicamp. So in between training camp and now, that would be awesome, because then they could definitely, nail down the nits and grits of the chemistry, get that timing down for timing routes, and truly get on the same page. So hopefully by training camp, they can make some big plays.
Yeah. No, it's great to hear that they're doing these separate workouts. It's just nice to hear that they want to build this chemistry to get together for the season, because, I mean, if you realize, time is not slowing down. Like, July is, like, right around the corner.
Yep.
And then September will be here before we know it.
Preseason
will be here before we know it. Like, time isn't slowing down for anybody. So the fact now, like, they're taking this time, building this chemistry up, is going to be great to see. I kind of have a different takeaway from this. What I like to hear from mandatory minicamp is Ojabo and Owe. I heard some.
Yeah,
I hear good things.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I hear good things about Ojabo and Owe. New linebackers coach, I believe Chuck Smith, was saying really good things about both of them. They've been having really great camps coming out before voluntary OTAs, mandatory minicamps. They've been doing great. Smith said that you will see Odafe's moveset this year. Like, he will be noticeable this year. That is a key point. That we've talked about this multiple times. Who needed to step up this year the most? Owe. Because he hasn't really been as good these past couple of years. We've seen him on the field. He's had missed opportunities, not that many sacks. He's one guy.
I get excited until I see it on the field.
I know. You're right.
But the one cool thing to build off of what you just said, and I'm not trying to steal, I'm just going real quick, that the Ravens are going to have signature move sets for their pass rushers, their own signature plays, or set moves that they can use to get past those tackles. So that I was genuinely excited about, because I haven't heard any talk like that in a while. So Chuck Smith, keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Get these guys right.
We need them. We need them, because we have struggled for a while to get to the quarterback. Like, Justin Houston led us in sacks last year. I think he led us at 9.5, if I'm calculating that correctly, but we need it badly. Like, bro, like I told you, and I brought up this play multiple times, when Joe Burrow was tap dancing in the pocket, ducking and dodging tackles, I was like, bro, this is a problem. This is a huge problem.
Yeah.
You cannot let Shiesty go back there and have a picnic with his girl, call his mom, see how she's doing. Like, come on, bro. You cannot. Like, this Ojabo and Owe have to be forces this year. We
had a whole
need them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember.
Like,
that
we had a whole conversation.
Is it coaching or is it players' ability? Remember that?
This will be the time to prove it.
Prove that
this one,
it's not a coaching thing.
This
Prove
will
that
answer our questions for sure. Now, obviously, honestly, week one, even if they have a dominant week one, I'm gonna hold my criticisms until after week one, because week one we play the Texans, and I'm like, that should be a gimme. But again, that should be a gimme. I'm waiting until we
4
play,
games, and I will give you my first impressions. I'll give you a real breakdown at the bye. So we'll see. We'll see how they do.
Yeah.
I was going to say also, speaking of defense, Rock Ya-Sin had a very good camp.
Been meshing really well.
And solidifying that outside corner spot. So that's a very good sign. Because it's looking like Marcus Peters is not going to be back. He looks like he's looking in on the Raiders.
Yeah.
So if Rock Ya-Sin could be reliable back there, and I read this somewhere, quote unquote, Rock Ya-Sin did not have a lot of balls caught on him. So that's very good.
Yeah.
Lock it down over there, man. He's not that old.
No.
He's like 27 or 8.
Yeah, he's not really that old. I know he's under 30 for sure. He's definitely under 30.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I hear he's meshing really well. He loves the defense over here. I mean, that was kind of one of he said it in a presser too, that was one of the reasons he wanted to come over here. He loved the defensive scheme, and everything about the Ravens. It does kind of suck to see Marcus Peters and potentially not coming back. We spoke on him before. You know, I was always a Peters guy. Loved having him out there on the field. And it just sucks because I just liked how he had that swagger with him. You know, like I feel like he wasn't like shut you down every play, obviously, but he just had that swag with him. Like, hey, don't mess with us, because like we gonna get at you. Like, he was our bully on the defense. Like, and I loved having him there because he, like, his attitude towards everything was just it for me. From his veteran standpoint, it sucks to see Peters go, but it's also nice to see that Rock is like settling in very well, meshing well with the DBs, hopefully being a mentor to the younger DBs, him and Marlowe. But yeah, Rock, I can't wait to see him out there shutting people down, because we need that. We need it bad again. But yeah, so defense was a big takeaway for me from this mandatory minicamp. I'm just excited to see how they perform, mostly from the pass rush standpoint. You know, Michael Pierce is coming back. Hopefully Travis Jones comes out there and balls out again. I feel like he had a really great year last year, you know, while Michael Pierce is out for the rest of the season. So I can't wait to see him emerge and have another great year. I'm just excited to see the defense dominate, man. Like, I've seen the offense. Like, I've seen what we, like, on paper offense looks good, but obviously people are writing us off. I feel like people are kind of writing us off defensively, so I'm kind of happy. I'm going to be excited to see what they can do with the adjustments that we made, with the new staff that we have, and, you know, just letting our young boys loose.
Yeah.
Like, just let them get out there.
I wouldn't say they're writing us off. I kind of feel like they're just kind of going under the radar. People always assume the Ravens are going to have a decent defense at worst. But the thing this year is to improve it, because it was pretty good last year overall, even at the beginning, and, you know, on a couple games here and there, it was pretty reliable for the most part. So now they just need to upgrade it. They don't need to rebuild it. They just need to upgrade it. Can we get more sacks? Can we get more pressure? Can we get more turnovers? Just and more fourth quarter stops at 2 minutes. So just, you know, fine tuning what you got. So if that defense can take another step forward, and then this offense can gel a little bit, there's no reason why this team can't go far and stay healthy.
Please.
That would definitely take, even just a slight upgrade from last year's defense could take some pressure off the offense to let it gel a little bit with this new Monken offense. You know, if they don't score, they don't win, right? So that should be it right there. Don't let them score the quarter. We have the lead. if we are up, if we have a lead in the fourth quarter and the opposing team doesn't score in the fourth quarter, they don't win at all. There's 0% chance of winning.
Do not let them back in the game.
That's all they really got to do. Just fine-tune.
Do not let them back in the game.
A couple more turnovers and closing out games. That's all they really got to do.
Key emphasis on closing out games.
10-point leads.
Key emphasis on closing out games. We have to be able to close out games this year. I'm not playing around. This is no. Okay? There's no reason why we should be up 35-14 and a team can come back and beat us 42-38. That should not be a thing. I'm sorry. This cannot happen this year. We have to stay healthy and not give up the game. Close out games, especially games we are literally supposed to win.
Yeah.
To win that Jacksonville game, we had no business losing.
Jacksonville, Buffalo,
Buffalo, Miami. We had no business losing. I was even more mad.
That second Pittsburgh game.
Literally, I was even more mad because we lost to Buffalo, and then you see how bad Buffalo played against Cincy in the playoffs. Scratch that. The game before that, the game against Miami, against a backup quarterback, Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
Okay, close out games. This isn't the season to be playing around, man. This is not. Because these guys are our division is getting better. The conference is getting better. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers in our conference now. We got Patrick Mahomes. We got Josh Allen. We got Joe Burrow. We got Justin Herbert. We got Tua. Like, these are great quarterbacks. We have to be able to close out games. Period. Like, that's it. Like, we close out games, we can go all the way. But, like, we cannot give up those leads.
Training camp scenario, I know they run those 2-minute drills. Yes. I've seen it before when I've gone to their stadium practices. They love those scrimmages. 2 minutes on the clock. They put it up on the board, and defense needs to make a play. Run those simulations. Grind them out.
Yes, and red zone offense.
Yeah.
Red zone offense. That's another key to being successful this year. Work on our red zone offense because we could not score in the red zone last year. We weren't good in the red zone. Yeah. Like, mind you, okay, when that later half of the year when we had Huntley, but like, dude, like, we could not score.
Yeah.
Like, the plays were, like, we were getting bullied in the red zone. Like, we have to have better red zone plays. Like, we should not get to like the 15-yard line and get shut down, like the 15-10, and we just can't score. We have to get Tucker out there. Yeah. We should be able to get out there and get a touchdown. Like, we have the pieces to do it. Don't freaking give it to Tyler Huntley on the 2-yard line when you have two running backs who can go.
We don't need to go.
Yeah, PTSD. Sorry. At the end of the day, bro, red zone offense will be a key this year because we were not successful in the red zone last year. We could be way better. And I feel like a couple of years ago, and like that 2019 season, I feel like we were really great in those situations. I don't know if it was just me, but I feel like we were pretty successful. I don't know why we're gearing away from that success, but we need to get back.
Because lack of adjustments on offense. So hopefully a new offensive scheme can, bring change to the offense. Because teams were adapting to our offense back then, and we had the same coordinator, and just not enough changes to, keep up with the defenses that were evolving. So this is an interesting year. I'm ready. We're excited. We really are. We've got content lined up for you. Dom, what are we doing?
It's gonna be a good one. We got guest appearing next Sunday, special edition of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. Be there at 7 p.m. Matter of fact, also, if you want to be a part of Dom and Gonz Sports Talk and you want to debate us on a topic, come at our team. We can come at your team. We can just go back and forth. Let us know in the comments below. DM us. We'd love to have you guys, before the season starts, during the season, just have an interaction with us. We'd love to have you. But starting next week, we'll be bringing a guest on. It's going to be fun, man. We want to have fun with you guys. So,
Instagram at our page or leave comments on YouTube. There's lots of ways to contact us, and we definitely would be interested in having anybody voice their opinion.
Absolutely.
Because we all love football. This is our favorite sport. I mean, if you're here, you're obviously a football fan. So you need to. It's not hard. If you want to do it, we open arms. Would love to have you come chat with us.
Welcome you in for sure. So we can't wait to catch you guys next week, but that's all we had for this one. We're going to wrap it up here. Gonz, any final thoughts on anything before we wrap up?
No. We'll see you next week for our first guest performance.
All right.
Not performance, but,
for our first guest appearance is going to be a good one.
Performance.
Alrighty, sounds good. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm Dom. That's Gonz. We'll see you next week on Dom and Gonz Sports Talk. We are now signing off.